All right, good morning. What is going on, everybody? In this video, I'm just going to do a quick audit on my friend's general contracting business and his LSA account. What would I do? What would I do change-wise to update things, get him more leads? What would I do to ultimately optimize his local service ads account in 2025? Let's get started. So what I'm going to do, guys, is really just go top to bottom here. So top down, starting with the business verification, ending with notifications. Ultimately, literally everything that I would recommend so this person can get more leads, be more efficient with their spend, yada, 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 right? So business verification. As you can see here, obviously you can't run Google LSA ads until you're all set up and you're verified. What I would recommend, though, is especially people that are in the GC business, the general contracting business, they obviously have proof of insurance, background check. So what I would recommend is make sure you have a handy new copy of your insurance on file, because believe it or not, I mean, these things expire all the time. And before you know it, you're going to need to input, re-input your proof of insurance to make sure you're verified. So just make sure you have that on handy. Save it as a PDF, put it in your Google Drive, really simple stuff. Background check, really not much else you can do with this. So you got to take it. Just have to take it. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to take a background check. It's going to show something. Well, I don't know if it shows something. You can talk to Google about it, but yeah, you got to take it. I think a lot of people are like, oh, how can we get around this? There's no way to get around it. You got to take the background check. And then billing information. I don't know, maybe if you have a secondary, tertiary card that you use, keep that on file. God forbid the first one you use is not able to be used anymore. Just stuff like that, right? So that's business verification. Really, really simple. Let's move on to leads. So this is a huge opportunity, guys, where you can actually really, in my opinion, tell Google exactly what you're looking for. And I'll explain that in a second. So this person here, they have all of these leads dating back all the way to March of this year, which is insane. And this isn't how you should manage your leads, guys. So what this person should have done, or what this team should have done, is in this case, this lead is not charged. Let's just say that you have a lead that is charged, right? You either want to archive this lead if it is not a good lead, or you want to mark it booked. If it is a good lead, you schedule a call, schedule a estimate, whatever you do as a GC with your business, right? You can't let these leads just sit here, because what's going to happen is Google is actually going to take this and say, oh, this person is not managing these leads properly. They're not, marking them, archiving them. They're not telling us if these leads are good or not. You're not giving them that information. So it becomes an issue where Google just doesn't send you as many leads, period. Doesn't send you as many good leads, doesn't send you as many leads, period. So you want to get in a good habit, guys, of either archiving these leads, disputing these leads if they're charged and they're not good, yada, 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 right? So you really want to make sure, guys, that this is taken care of, because all of these leads here, I mean, this is so much data that this person did not give Google, right? It's really, really important that if you're starting an LSA account, you want to have nothing here. You want to have literally as little leads as possible in regards to like the actual overall workflow. So you've already booked them, archived them. You want it to be a constant rotation. If you're talking to a marketing company, make sure you're in communication with them. If you're managing it yourself, just make sure, again, it's not stacked up like this, right? Because you have to think about it. Google's getting you so many leads, and you're not telling Google what kind of leads you want. It's, so you got to do that. You disputed a recent charge. We'll let you know if there's a decision. So you can obviously, well, not obviously, but in the past, you actually used, used to be able to fix all these charges, right? But for the time being, you're not able to do that anymore. There's actually unfortunately, algorithm, an AI thing where now the AI actually disputes the leads for you. You're actually able to put in like a little response. Oh, this was bad. This is why it was bad, so on and so forth, right? Leads. So this is what I would recommend. This person or this team is just not doing a good job at managing all these leads that have came in. And maybe a question someone has is, oh, well, is it kind of too late to book these, mark these? Yeah, but it's still good to do it. You still want to give Google this. So you still want to just knock all this stuff out and go from there. So, all right, policy manager, let's go here. So unless you have any violations for whatever reason, you're not going to have to deal with this. So you don't have any policy violations, great. If your profile is suspended, if your account is disabled, you might have a policy violation. So go here and you'll see if you have one or not. We're in good standing. This account's in good standing, so all good there. Let's go to reports. So reports. So this shows a pretty clear picture on how much money you're spending, how many leads you're getting, the ad impressions you're getting, the top impression rate, and the absolute top impression rate. I'll get to these in a second. So you can obviously change in the rates, or I'm sorry, the date ranges. But for this case, in a month, if this person's only spent $100, they've gotten 2 leads. So $50 per lead, especially with general contracting, is not that bad. So you can toggle, obviously, if you want to get phone leads, if you want to get message leads, whatever the case is, get more leads. Obviously they want you to spend as much money as possible, but you don't have to do that because, again, if you have a set budget, you set it for $1,000, that doesn't mean you're going to be spending $1,000 a month, right? So you can actually kind of increase your budget because you're not necessarily guaranteed to spend that week over week. All right. So ad impressions, pretty simple, guys. The number of times your ad appeared in a search result. Top impression rate. What is this? I think there's a little confusion on what this number is and what this number is. So let me clarify. So the top impression rate is the percentage of your impressions that are shown anywhere above results that aren't paid for. So anytime someone Googles general contractor, like wherever this person lives that they would want to do a service on, and someone Googles it, how often is your ad showing up at all, right? 98%, which is great. Obviously, we want to increase this to be 99.99, whatever. So there's a little improvement here. How can you do that? Well, what you can do is you can actually narrow, you can broaden the scope of work that you're doing in other areas. So if you're a general contractor, maybe you can do home remodels, you can do kitchen remodeling. There's a lot of different services that you can do. So maybe what I would recommend is actually broaden the amount of services you do on local service ads, and then also expand the geographical radius that you do those services in, right? So that's the top impression rate. The absolute top impression rate is a percentage of your impressions that are shown as the very first ad in search results. So not only are you showing up, period, but you're showing up number one. What percentage of the time does it happen? This person is getting a little over 1/3 of the time being number one for the types of impressions or the types of searches they're looking for. So this isn't, in relative notion, this isn't that high. I would want this to at least be, like 75, 80%. I have high expectations, but, doesn't everyone? So I obviously want the best for my clients. So another good way to do this is get more reviews, spend a bunch of money. Those two things obviously help a lot. The reviews obviously help a lot too for the local service ads, but you can check this out here. And then last but not least, for the leads chart, obviously you can see, on December 2nd, we got 1 lead. And then, December 16th, we got another one, right? And then you can obviously view the leads table, which is just a quick little graphic here that shows kind of what I was talking about earlier. That goes into detail on all this stuff, right? So that is the reports. Let's go to reviews. Let us go to reviews. So this person has a lot of good reviews. They have a 5.0 rating. They have 53 reviews. And as you can see, they're getting, on average, about a review a week, which is great, right? So what I would recommend is, if you're a general contractor, anyone who does a service business, as soon as you do that service, if you do a good job, if you're a reputable person, reputable business, you want to ask for reviews right off the get-go because you would have done decent service otherwise. And really, you're growing your business just because of that, because the more reviews you can get, 53 reviews is great, but against the home advisors, against those big dogs, that have thousands of reviews, hundreds of reviews, you're not really putting a dent in the competition for local service ads. So obviously you want to get as many reviews as possible. You want to spend as much as you can financially, of course, but this person's doing well. I would aim for If you're just starting off, aim for a couple reviews a week. I know that's not that lofty of a goal, but start to increase that number. Set a number you can hit week after week, and then set new goals, new expectations month over month. I have people that just started, they were getting 2 reviews a week. Now they're getting 10 reviews a week, right? That's a huge jump. But you don't want to just start with 10 reviews, have that be a struggle, and then, be like, oh, well, I can't get 10 reviews. What's happening? Start low, start with the number you can get, and go from there, right? Obviously, you can ask your family, friends to leave reviews. They've done your service. But yeah, make sure you're I don't want to say spamming, but make sure you're getting as many reviews as possible. Ask as many people as you can to leave a review. Okay. Profile and budget. So let's go here. So profile and budget. This is, I want to say, outside of the leads, probably the most important part of this video, because you can set the parameters, the job types, the bidding, all of this stuff, right? Really, really, really important. So let's start at the top. So this person is doing a lot of business in the local, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia suburb market. They do a lot of business. So what I would recommend for this person is, obviously, they have a nice website, they have a phone number, their Google guarantee their ads on it. They're spending a lot of money each week, right? So maybe I would say, you can get 7 leads per week, depending upon how well your ad does. Maybe I would increase this. But the other thing I would do is see what job types you can't do. I mean, it's December 27th, so it might not be a bad idea to kind of forecast, we're going to be heading into the spring market in 3 months or something. Maybe I need to focus on roofs. Maybe I need to focus on home building, all these different things. Maybe I need to focus on commercial projects, right? So if I was this person, I would see, okay, well, what can I do to set myself up for success in the spring 2025, summer 2025, so I get really, really busy, so I have just more money to spend on advertising, more profit, whatever the case is, right? That's what I would do with job types. Photos. Obviously, this person is doing a great job at capturing all of the images for their work, which is great. Really, really solid. A lot of solid kitchen work here. Really nicely done. Text message. So this is one of the things, guys, where you can actually receive message leads. So you can get text here to this number that pretty much says, you got an LSA lead, go and call it. Or you can set messaging preferences for email, which this person doesn't want to do. That's fine. Have I seen it work one way or the other better? No, not really. For my money, if I'm going to use LSA for my service business, I'm going to use a text message, just because that's what I use the most. I'm a millennial, so it's what I know. Nothing gets an email. It's just text message. I'm going to get it. Cool. Call them right then and there. It's just more convenient for me, so I would check that out, right? And then you want to make sure this is toggled on as well. So direct business search, let local service ads highlight your business and results when someone searches for your brand or business directly. You will not be charged for leads for returning customers. So make sure this is turned on, because I think a lot of people don't turn this on, or maybe they just don't do it by default because they don't know what it is. Make sure this is turned on. It's a great way where you can actually optimize your profile to, get more business, whether they're searching your name, your company name, or your brand, or kind of the business category, whatever it is, right? Really, really important. Business hours. This is one of the easiest ways for you guys to stand out. Make it 24 hours, because if you're 24 hours, people are always going to think you're online. Even if you're not, it's a great thing to put on Google, because Google wants to see activity. They want to see that you're a big company. They want to see, not a big company, but they want to see you're a reputable company, you're a company that's being helpful. So make sure this is 24 hours. That's what I would recommend. Even if, maybe you don't work on Sundays, take that off, maybe not on Saturday, but make sure that the working days you're online, at least Monday through Friday, are 24 hours. All right. Service areas. So this is one of the things too that I would recommend for this account as well. You have all these service areas here, but you don't have any that are excluding, which is really, really important. So if I wanted to exclude Philadelphia, right? If I also wanted to exclude Wilmington, because listen, this person, they're in this geographical area. They're getting leads in Wilmington, Philadelphia, even Westchester right here. Think of how far that person has to drive to actually carry out that service. So make sure that you're obviously excluding certain areas so the person is getting highly targeted leads, okay? What I like to do is do almost like a, a ring of excluding and then keep that internal inclusion for all the areas that I want to include. So I'll show you what I mean. So if I wanted to create that circle almost, right, I would exclude all of the ones that are around this area, right, or around the area that I want to include. So now we're kind of covering our bases. Maybe go to New Holland, right? Okay. And then maybe Kennett Square. So this way, as you can see, I've made an exclusion line here for the no-go areas, and then everything inside that, for the most part, is included, which is what we want to bid on, which is great. So this strategy's worked. Really, really simple stuff. I'm not making anything profound here. I mean, a lot of people do this, but really simple, works for us, works for a lot of our clients. So I would do that. Definitely check that out. And that's it for the profile and budget, guys. Really simple stuff. Obviously, they want to expand your service area for more results, run your ad in other areas to get more business, but obviously make sure it works for your business. Don't just add an address and have it not financially work for you, even if it's a huge job. Oh, you got to drive 2 hours out of your way. Like, you don't know, cost of doing business, gas, tolls, all that stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's your business. I don't want to tell you how to run it. You can do whatever you want. It's America. So just food for thought, right? Food for thought. All right. Billing, I won't spend too much time here. As you can see, you get a pretty clear understanding of your balance. If you have a credit, your total transactions to date, which are really important. You can add a backup card to this. Again, really, really simple stuff, right? Settings. So if you actually wanted to, update your account nickname, if you wanted to update your account type, yada, 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 you can do that. Really simple stuff. Don't want to spend too much time here, but all you really need to know is if you have any issues with your bill for the month, you can see the transactions. Normally what happens with Google is no matter what you're spending, once it hits the 500 mark, $500 threshold, that's when something will be billed and charged to your card. So let's just say you have a budget of $1,000 a month, right? Maybe halfway through the month, you hit 500. There's one 500 taken out of your account. And then 2 weeks down the line, the end of the month, there's another 500 totaling that 1,000, right? You have a budget of like 750. Maybe for the first 2 weeks of that month, you hit 500, right? And for the last 2 weeks, you hit 250, and you won't be billed that final 500 until you hit 250 the next month, if that makes sense, right? Totaling another 500. So just food for thought, cash flow, and then obviously if you have a disputed charge, that balance, that credit will then show up here, okay? And you can obviously see from the transactions here and the documents, the credits, the debits, all the different things that are important to billing and finances for your account. All right. Promotions. So this is one of the things, guys, that I think is very underutilized with local service ads is you can actually implement a promotion with Google. So essentially what that means is if you just created a Google business profile, Google Ads account, they will actually give you, and I'm sure a lot of people know this, they will give you, I want to say it's like a $500 credit just to run ads, which is really, really cool. So obviously take that, put it right into here, promo code, and they obviously are giving out a lot of different offers. So put that in here, you'll get a nice little credit. And yeah, I mean, I would highly recommend to take advantage of that. It's $500 for free. So Google's not going to always do that. But yeah, when you create an account with Google Business Profile, majority of the time they give you some sort of offer, especially if you're doing, and managing a Google Business Profile for a long time. They want you to advertise, they want you to spend more money with Google, yada, yada, yada. So they will kind of entice you to go with the LSA simply because they're giving you free money, and who doesn't like free money? So it's pretty simple there. All right, account access. So if you have a friend, if you have a family member, if you have a business that needs to actually manage this account, really simple stuff. You can actually add a user, and you can toggle whether that user wants to be an admin, which has access to everything, or just an email only where they're just receiving reports, or billing or read-only, standard, whatever. In my case, we obviously manage a lot of LSA accounts for clients. So I like to take either the admin role or the standard role, depending upon the flexibility of the client and what they're looking for. So it's really simple. Put in your email address, send the invitation. From that, you'll see the number of managers will pop up once they accept the invitation. Security. If you don't have two-step verification on, I would highly recommend to do this. I would also highly recommend to verify your identity. And then I would also allow, a domain to be added if for whatever reason your domain isn't allowed. Make sure that you're adding in a domain here, save it, and then you'll be able to add in this email address here if it's giving you that issue. And a lot of times, like if I put in this domain here, I'm just trying to give myself admin access. Yeah, the email address isn't allowed as a domain. So go to security, allow domains. Need momentum.com, add domain, perfect. So then you'll go back here and then hopefully Google will allow it. I'll do standard or admin, whatever. Oh, this user already has access to the account, which I think I do. So you're good. You'll be able to send access to this. Very straightforward stuff. And last but not least, notifications. So again, pretty simple stuff, but how do you want your notifications? Do you want performance, newsletters, all this stuff, really, really cool stuff. But guys, in 2025, this is ultimately how you can optimize your Google Local Service Ads account to spend the least amount of money to get the most amount of leads, to be as efficient as humanly possible. Really, it's a lot of key things here, but I would say the majority of it is getting reviews, posting, managing, making sure geographically you have your services, including, excluding, like we talked about, making sure you have backup copies of your certain documents in case they expire, different cards on file, whatever the case is, right? And on top of that, make sure you're managing your leads. That's one of the most important things you need to be doing in 2025. Manage your leads. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked any of this video, hit subscribe, smash the like button, comment below. If you need marketing help, if you'd like us to potentially look at your account, all you got to do is call this number, this 215 number, 215-607-6482. You will talk to me and I will answer any questions you have, create a free audit for you, and look into your account and see how you can actually get more clients. Or if you want to email us, go to info@momentumvirtualtours.com, send us an email, and we'll be able to help you out. Guys, thank you so much. Happy New Year. Can't believe it's 2025. It's literally crazy. It wasn't COVID like the other day. It was insane. So it's going to be a fantastic year. I appreciate your support. And we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, which is pretty crazy. 10,000 is a big number, so I'm looking forward to it. I think we should be able to pass it sometime next year. Yeah, I'm excited. So thank you, guys. Comment below if you have any questions. Call our number, email us if you need any help. I'll be able to help you out totally for free. Thank you, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and obviously Happy New Year. Talk to you soon. Bye.